Hey everyone, it's your girl Numi 2004, also known as D Princess 28. I'm coming at you today with another tutorial. This is a much requested tutorial and it's really late coming, so I apologize for that. Basically last year I recorded a video on clip-in hair extensions, and in that video I talked about how I like to play with clip-in hair extensions from time to time, just to either, well, at the time to add length, but as you can see my hair this is all mine. So I really don't use it for length anymore. But I was also using it for color, to add a splash of color to the back. And also clip-in hair extensions are a good way to add volume, especially when I wear my hair straight. Today, as you can see, I'm wearing, this is basically a loose bun out on flat ironed hair. So that's how I was able to get this body and this texture. But a lot of times if I wear my hair straight, it just looks thinner, and so I like to add clip-in hair extensions to make it look fuller. So you don't always have to get clip-in hair extensions just to add length. Anyway, I wanted to show you guys how to make them. Now, some people have asked me, why should I make them when I can just buy them? Well, first of all, a lot of people ask me where I bought the clip-in hair extensions that were in that previous video. I ordered those clip-in hair extensions from wigshop.com, and at the time it was a brand that Brandy the singer, she was promoting it. I think it was Pro 10 Ultima Hair. However, since then I haven't been able to find those particular clip-in extensions, and in fact a lot of you came back and said you couldn't find them on the site either. So that's one of the reasons why I'm suggesting that you make your own. And actually there are 3 big benefits of creating your own clip-in hair extensions. The first one is that it's cheaper. 9 times out of 10, if you buy clip-in hair extensions, you're relegated to getting human hair extensions, because a lot of times that's just what manufacturers provide, and we all know human hair is more expensive than synthetic hair. However, there's a lot of great synthetic varieties on the market now, thanks to technology, where you can basically use synthetic hair and wear it almost like human hair, where you can add, there's some where you can even add a little bit of heat to it. And it's also cheaper because, anytime you're getting something that's pre-made, you're paying for just for it to be manufactured. And of course, if you're ordering it online, you're going to pay for shipping and handling. So that makes it even more expensive versus just going down to your local beauty supply store and buying the materials yourself. The second biggest benefit of making your own clip-in hair extensions is that you have more options. Like I said, 9 times out of 10, the extensions that I've seen that are made, that are already made, come in like really bone straight. My hair is not bone straight, so I like to purchase hair with a little bit of texture to it. And so if you go to your local beauty supply store, you have plenty of options. You can choose the color, the length, the texture. Just as long as the hair comes on a track, you can pretty much get whatever you want. Whereas, like I said, if it's pre-made, they usually don't give you that many options. The third biggest benefit of making your own clip-in hair extensions is that you can custom fit them to your head. When you buy pre-made extensions, they usually come in set widths. You usually get like an 8-inch width, and that's supposed to go along the lower occipital bone. And then you usually get one that's a little bit wider. It's about 10 inches wide, and that's supposed to go generally a little bit below your crown. But we all know all heads aren't created equal. And in fact, when I made my own, my homemade ones were significantly smaller than the pre-made ones. And the reason why you want to custom fit them to your head is because if you have a track that's too wide and it comes out too far on either side of your head, it's going to make it that much harder for you to conceal the track with your real hair once it's all said and done. So it really is beneficial to make your own. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. First, I want to apologize. Due to the limitations of my camera, I can't get all the angles that I would need in order to make this a live demonstration. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain the process to you using a set of pictures that I took while I was making my own extensions, and hopefully from that, you'll be able to do it. But trust me, it's a piece of cake and it's not going to require a lot of time or effort. To create your own clip-in hair extensions, you will need hair. Any color, length, texture, any variety will do. Just make sure that whatever hair you get, it comes on a track. The second item you'll need are wig clips. These usually come about 2 to a pack and only cost about $1 to $2 per pack. You'll also need weave thread. Weave thread is recommended over regular sewing thread because it's much sturdier and will help secure the wig clips to the track. And the last item you'll need, of course, is a sewing needle. A regular sewing needle will do. I was under the impression at first that you would need a weaving needle, like the kind that I guess people use to put in weaves, just because you'll be using weave thread. But weaving needles with the hooks are actually too large to fit through the holes in the wig clips. So definitely get just a regular sewing needle. Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to do is take your hair. Comes on this long track, and what you want to do is you want to part through your hair, and I'm going to show you a picture of the first location of where I always measure. And like I said, 9 times out of 10, if you get pre-made clip-in hair extensions, they'll tell you put the I believe it's like an 8-inch width along the lower occipital bone. And this next picture I'm about to show you is going to demonstrate where you should be making your first measurement. Okay, so once you've parted through your hair, all you need to do is just take the track and hold it up against the back of your head. And it doesn't have to be an exact science. I mean, I literally just took it, held it up to my head, and I said, okay, this will fit into this space. And then I used my hand as my marker and went ahead and cut the track. And that's all you need to do. And that's how you'll get your first width. Second width is going to be a little bit wider. I usually go a little bit below the crown, and I'm going to show you where I part my hair to make that measurement. Now, I just want to say this. By all means, make whatever measurements in whatever locations that you feel is necessary for you. Now, like I said before, when I use clip-in hair extensions, it's not to add length. It's usually, I only use 2 tracks, and that's usually just to add some color or some depth, some volume. But, you know, I've seen videos where ladies who add tracks for length, a lot of times they just want to stack them and go up and up and up. So don't feel like you have to just use the measurements that I showed you. Make whatever parts or whatever measurements you need to make. I'm just for demonstration purposes, I'm just using the pictures and the locations that I'm showing you because that's what I did to make mine. Okay, so once you've measured and cut your tracks and you got your widths all ready, what you want to go ahead and do is take your wig clips, and as many of you probably already know, wig clips are these little clips that snap in and out. This is what's going to secure the track to your head when you put it in. Now, wig clips are made so that they curve like this. So there's basically a part that curves in and a part that curves out. You want to make sure the edge that curves out is what you lay the back of that against the track. So you may want to even pop the clip open. Just make sure that when the clip pops open, the comb is not facing the hair, because this was what you need to put up against your head when you're putting it in. So all you want to do is, in the wig clips, as you can see, come with holes that are along the sides. Now this particular wig clip, I cut this off of the extensions that I purchased that were manufactured, and they come with holes that go down the sides. However, you may be able to find, like I did at my local beauty supply store, clips that have holes that run across the top. This is more ideal. This is the track that I made. And so you want to do that so that it's just easier to sew going across than, you know, going down, because the track is so thin. And then all you want to do is go ahead and thread your needle with the weave thread, and just go ahead and start weaving it in and out through the holes, going through the track, obviously. Take the needle through the track and through the holes, and just sew it on just like you would sew a button on a shirt. It's that simple. Now, you can decide how many wig clips you want to sew on each track. For added security, I always do 3. I always do 2 on the ends and 1 in the center. And that's basically it. Now, I've heard ladies tell me that they made their extensions by using a glue gun. They basically took some hot glue and put it up against the back of the wig clip, and that's how they attached the wig clip to the track. I've never used that method before. I assume it'll work. I've heard that it works fine for people. The only suggestion I would say is that Just make sure the glue's not too hot and doesn't burn the hair. But yeah, so that's just another option for those of you who don't sew. But you know, if you sew, again, like I said, it's just like sewing buttons on a shirt. For those of you who are curious to see how my homemade extensions looked when I put them in, I'm going to go ahead and post pictures. These pictures were taken in December of '09, because the last time I wore these were really the only time I wore them, my homemade ones, were for my birthday. And in fact, I did a video on December 6th, and it was my anniversary video, and a lot of you couldn't even tell that I had the extensions in then. So that just goes to show you how good your homemade extensions can be. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Like I said, I'm going to go ahead and post pictures, and until next time, peace and blessings. Here's a picture of my hair straightened and slightly curled. This is where I made the part for the first track to be inserted. And here's what it looks like with the first homemade clip-in hair extension track in. The next part was made slightly below my crown, and this is the location for the second track. And here's a picture of what the second track looks like in. I then, of course, took the rest of my hair down, ran my fingers through it to blend it all in, and voila! This is what my hair looked like with a little bit of added volume, thanks to my homemade clip-in hair extensions. And here's a shot of what it looked like from the front. And that's all. See you next time.